If only if I was gaming something, right? Oh, this is a lot better. Now I can see myself. Oh, this is a lot better. Let's see what's going on in this world. Oh, this is a lot better. I got my mic too. Like, this is great. Great stuff. Hmm. Okay. My mic set up. See, looks like, of course, YouTube is having a little issue. It's all good though. We're gonna fix this issue that I've been struggling with all day trying to get this trying to get this live stream the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? Issue that I've been struggling with all day trying to get this trying to get this live stream the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? all day trying to get this all right. So I don't really need to mess with my phone. I may just end up going live on Instagram, or I could just share the video. You know. Just gotta check out these stats. Sometimes I look at this stuff and I'm like, what am I looking at? Let's see, this is what I'm looking at for YouTube. And apparently for YouTube, I don't know what the issue is with YouTube, but we're gonna have to fix that. For real. We're gonna have to fix that. Cause now if you don't have like 1,000 subscribers or something like that, you can't even go live on YouTube anymore from your cell phone. All right, so I just wanted to go over these things with people. Some of my notes I've been taking for a while probably since last year about different type of sacred herbs that you can use going into 2020. You know what I mean? And this is, to me, I think it's a powerful thing to know because, you know what I mean, you may get sick like I did and want to learn how to heal yourself, or maybe you just want to know all the herbs that you can like I do, and or just pretty much learn how to either heal people or being able to use them in different types of spells and rituals that you may have. So go ahead and share this. 1 second here. Hmm. Oh man, turn that off. Just give me 1 second, guys. So there's a lot of herbs that I actually wrote down. So this may take, like a different live stream, like tomorrow or something. So I'm actually going to do that so you guys can understand that. I mean, so you guys can actually take notes yourself because it's not just, there's a few herbs out there and then there's like, that, that everybody knows and everybody like sees online if they're trying to look into it. And then there's some And there's some out there that people are just, I mean, have no clue of what that is, like exactly what it's used for and what it is. And online, I mean, there's definitely a lot of misinformation on there too, because you see that one herb has this, and then one herb has some person saying this because they're for a Wiccan or something like that, and somebody else is into voodoo, and so it's like it's almost to the point where it's like, man, like why don't you just make up their mind? Turn this light on real quick. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get in case I get any type of comments. You know what I mean? Like if I get any comments, I'm gonna have to take them at the end of what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Just give me 1 second though. Just maybe I can take this thing right here, this little chat box thing. I went and just kill the live stream. Probably did. Oh yeah. Yep, I just killed the live stream. Maybe I did. I'm just gonna get started with it, man. Just that if you guys really try and get a hold of me on some stuff, then you should already know how to reach me. So other than that, once I get done, I'm gonna look at the comments. Just right now, I'm not looking at the comments. Yeah, I got a lot of know some things. I'm already on there. And so some of the videos, like I said last year, I was talking about mugwort. You know what I mean? And of course that video went pretty viral. So that's a good thing. Viral. A lot of people use mugwort for a lot of things. Already messaging me, but mainly use mugwort for use for dream magic. Put it under your pillow to enhance your dreams. You can actually use mugwort to um, wipe off like your mirrors for scrying, crystal balls. If you don't know what scrying is, wipe down your tarot cards. Use it to clean things. Just add a little bit of water, which I would prefer clean water to use it with. So, and the one you're looking at here, dragon's blood, which is smells so good. I already talked about dragon's blood, which they also use in what they call in like hoodoo, um, dove's blood ink. You know what I mean? Using that to write down on parchment paper for your spells. I do recommend you getting um, some dragon's blood, but for um, dove's blood ink is definitely a different ingredient. You know, what I mean, I'm not sure if I actually wrote that down, but it's definitely not. It's not, just for a disclaimer, it's not real dove's blood. Okay, it's just what they call it, dove's blood. And of course, angelica root, which I have some of, and people use that, or they may call it Holy Ghost root, and they also use that to ward off evil spirits, evil vibes, and stuff like that. Like a lot of these roots do that, you know what I mean? Even mugwort for protection. So, um, and also summon Archangel Michael if you're actually into summoning angels. So, definitely do that as well. But also, I was reading Angelica root is also good for, like the divine feminine power, you know what I mean? It's good. And again, you can definitely smoke Angelica root and mugwort. But as far as smoking dragon's blood, I really don't know if you want to do that just because of the cinnabar tree. You know what I mean? Haven't really did much research on the cinnabar trees, but that's the reason why it's called, dragon's blood, because it's one of those red trees that grows somewhere in the tropics and stuff. You know what I mean? It produces red sap. So, but yeah, again, dragon's blood is man, that and mugwort. It's like man. So I already talked about those. So I'm gonna talk about something else. Oh yeah. Also, Angelica root is also good for you know breaking jinx and curses, and purifying your home, stuff like that, and also like like solar charms. Like it's actually associated with the sun. You know what I mean? And element of fire. And a lot of people are like, what does that mean? And like, what I mean? I could go for hours talking about this stuff, but you have to understand how the way a spell works, actually understand how the planets are involved and the elements are using, because a lot of these spells and stuff you see online are just it's just like a portion of what it is, right? And I think it's gonna be my next live stream how to do a very, very powerful spell that's worth buying. You know what I mean? And a lot of people say like, oh well, what I mean, I did a spell before and it didn't work, and then they're like, what I mean, like is it gonna work if you give me one? Like, yeah, because I'm gonna do it correctly. All right. So the ones I wanted to talk about, first one I want to talk about is first guys. You know what I mean? And this one I'm really, I was trying to look for something that I could use going into 2020. You know what I mean? As far as like an herb, a really powerful herb for a guy, for his masculine power. You know what I mean? Where is it? I know it's St. John's root. I think I had to put it down here somewhere. Mm, where is it at? I got so many notes. It's ridiculous. Like I would like to see you guys, anybody do these, memorize all these herbs. You know what I mean? Like that's what this is what I do. Try to memorize and actually understand all of these herbs. You know what I mean? There we go. I'm not talking about St. John's herb. Yeah, High John the Conqueror root. Man, right there, exactly. Definitely used highly in voodoo and voodoo and the American hoodoo stuff, right? So this is definitely something any guy could definitely start using in their baths, washing the floor, gaining mastery, strength over the male aspects of themselves, and especially for all those guys out there that are not actually, all the guys down there that are not sexually endowed down there or not don't really last long in bed. Definitely something else that you can use for that as well. Just keep it on your person. You can put it in a small little bag. We call them mojo bags. You know what I mean? Some people may know what I'm talking about, but you use those and what I mean, to carry it around on your person. And it's also used for drawing luck. Um, and also lucky hand roots, another root that I noticed that a lot of people use for gambling. When they go to the casino. And I also heard about women's piss too as well, to use that when they start gambling as well, because I guess women's piss is very um lucky as well. So you know what I mean. But I'm definitely not a gambler, so I'm not going to um, tell you, hey, go use some piss. You know what I mean? Because personally would not use a woman's piss for that. I would definitely use that for cursing. And, and also lucky hand root for musicians, like people who play pianos, people who play guitar. You notice that a lot of people are using that. You know what I mean? So definitely two routes I was looking at as far as like going into the New Year's. You know what I mean? Like especially if you're like a musician. I mean, I don't play any instruments, but for those who are, I would definitely go to your local metaphysical store and buy you lucky hand root. Cause for me, I'm gonna buy all of these roots, every single one. You know what I mean? Especially a High John Conqueror root. Try to go to the history of that. Oh yeah, and another one, Little John the Chew, also known as the Gangala root, which I had at the beginning. Use that to actually win in court cases. I ain't, I'm glad I ain't got no court cases right now, but you can use that in a court case for all those people facing charges to this corporation they call the criminal justice system. Hope you guys can hear me, but pretty sure you can. Let's see. Oh yeah, so it's also going into spiritual powders and stuff, how to use them. And of course, you could just imagine how to use a powder on pretty much anything. You can, you know, vacuum the floor with it, put it on your face, add it to your oils, you know what I mean? A lot of people use grapeseed oil to make their oils, virgin olive oil to actually use their oils. You can use those powders in any different ways and also put them in the bags as well. So mojo bags. And mojo bags are very common in voodoo, like some people use these bags to actually wear on a person. They put like hair, fingernails, semen, spit, some of these herbs, black arts oil, which is something that we'll talk about later on. Black arts oil, definitely used for baneful magic, pretty much curses and hexes. People use that and put them up on people's cars, put them in people's beds so they have nightmares at night, like all types of things, right? But yeah, the mojo bags, you can definitely get those at your local physical stores, kind of like the ones when you go to like the jewelry store and you get those little small bags of those little arm bracelets and stuff. Those same type of bags, those little suede bags. Pretty dope. And also with the powders, you can also use those for tea as well. You can put that in your tea and everything else for ritual tea. Another herb talking about, getting yourself ready for magic. People who actually do it, or people who are just, forever studying it, right? Another one is calamine, a calamine herb. So use that to get your mind ready for magic. And I love calamine tea, but you can take the calamine powder and mix that with any type of tea that you want, like, peppermint and, thyme leaves. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. And forest powder, another thing I want to say is like, go, you can go to the store. Like, I know a lot of people smoke weed, right? So, of course, And also, you can mix any of these herbs with weed. It don't really matter. Mix all these herbs with weed. It doesn't matter. But you still want to go to the store and get you a grinder. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that be trying to like, oh, well, smoke it without a grinder or something. Some people don't even know what a grinder is, but definitely want to do that. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, intensifying stuff. And so I also wanted to be able to intensify these things about your relationships and things like that. And so another one I was looking into was of course with St. John's wort, and definitely for um, not intensifying, but it's still on the subject of one of those herbs that you definitely would want to use, and especially it's definitely used for like protection and strength and love, divination, and so very powerful herb, but definitely I use this herb for like sickness and things like that. So definitely something you want to use to like if you're really sick, and definitely go to the store and get you some St. John's wort tea, you know what I mean? Some peppermint. And also used to treat depression. So, but the one I was going up to increase everything was called Mandrake, and I'm going Mandrake, Mandrake, Mandrake. So yeah, so Mandrake, it just reminds me of dragon's blood, because it's like intensifies everything of any type of magical spell. You know what I mean? So Mandrake is definitely another one that anybody can use to intensify anything they're trying to do with mugwort. So if you use a mugwort, use that on alongside of Mandrake. If you use the word, use that on the other side of Mandrake. You know what I mean? Or High John the Conqueror root, use a Mandrake with that as well. So and also say it's a hallucinogen when you actually put it in the tea. So you just imagine what that would do if you was actually smoking weed. Put a mandrake or mugwort in at the same time, along with some calamine powder, right? Whatever. And see, they get creative with these things. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna go to a doctor. You're not gonna go to a doctor, and this is the reason why I'm telling you these things, because you're not gonna go to the doctor and they're gonna be like, well, we're gonna prescribe you mandrake and calamine tea. They're not gonna do that, right? Because you know how the biochemistry industry is and the drug industry is, them wanting to sell you all the stuff that's going to continuously keep you sick. And, these type of remedies been around for like centuries. I mean, like long, 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 long time. And the thing is that nobody has even the slightest clue on how to actually, heal themselves, of how to, get money or how to do these things. Man, I've been studying these things for a couple years now, so I have some things up under my sleeve that I don't even share with nobody. And I'm about to say, it's lucky that I'm actually sharing this information with you. You know what I mean? Because this done took hours and hours and hours and hours and days and days and days and days and years and trial and error and just trying to do all these things. Like this stuff is something that you're not gonna learn overnight. Real talk. And all of my Satanists, people out there trying to be better at summoning spirits and stuff, you start using white willow's bark. Definitely something you can use for that. Specifically Satan, and black arts oil, which greens the graveyard dirt, brimstone, which should definitely use the baneful magic, agrimony, black pepper, Spanish moss, patchouli oil, all these things. And so, yes, you already know black arts oil is definitely something you want to use. I know you gotta keep seeing black cat hair, black dog hair. Definitely something you want to use as well. Black dog hair, black cat hair. Cat hair is good for gamblers as well. And the black dog's hair, which they say the devil's companion. I definitely would use that in any type of along with the black arts oil to use for any type of bank or magic. So somebody trying to do something to me, Definitely gonna hit you with that. I'm also gonna hit you with the coffin nails. You know what I mean? 9 coffin nails, black hair, black cat's hair, black dog's hair. We'll get into that later, along the gopher dust and the graveyard dirt. You know what I mean? That's for people that's on my curse list. People I just wanted to destroy them. Plus, I thought it was funny how people always kiss up under the mistletoe too. Like, mistletoe is also used for protection as well and love spells. So that's why everybody, in Christmas they're talking about kissing under the mistletoe. Damn well that's it had nothing to do with Christmas. Honestly, it really doesn't. It just that's why when I think about Christmas and what it stands for, it's a lot of bullshit. We got Rosebud, Universal Ingredient, Love Spells, so definitely another one. You know what I mean? Definitely got my Rosebuds. Still got them. You guys can see $3.95. Also used for prophetic dreams. So definitely have Rosebuds. Skull Cap. Definitely used for fidelity. Fidelity. In relationships, so like sex and stuff, and also used for attraction, and also used for money spells. It's called Skull Cap. And black salt, something I've been using a lot. Well, I haven't been using, but I've been seeing a lot online. So you just have those neighbors that are just so noisy. You just get tired of them. Start using black salt. Just put it right in front of the door. It's also used to trap negative energy as well. So what's another one I was looking at? So I'm really into like, the dream magic and stuff. Another one that's not even down here is like African dream root, which, if you watch Black Panther, that's exactly what they're using to actually call on the ancestors. So that's another route you can get. And definitely will not be able to get it in America. So definitely gonna have to order that. And again, you can use it as tea, or turn it into powder form, grind it up, make it for your spells, and again, use it with mandrake to make it even more powerful. Licorice root definitely help you gain power over others, control them. Also used to change someone's mind. So definitely something you want to use for your own benefit. A lot of people probably like, oh, that's evil, but you know what? Sometimes some people can have control over. There's nothing wrong with it. You're in this world to get what you want. And you're gonna get what you want by any means. It's 2020. You better get what you want or don't get it at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're talking about different sachets. I wrote that down too as well, because a lot of people when they do spells, they don't incorporate the planets. You know what I mean? They don't incorporate planetary hours and stuff. They just give you a spell. Like, okay, well I'll do it for you tonight. You know what I mean? Anytime I give anybody like or tell them to pay $100 or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let them know what time of the day, you know, it'll be like sun time, you know what I mean, which is, you know, Apollo, ruler of Leo. So anything in that sense of any type of like protection spells or anything, or maybe using the god, you know, Apollo, you know what I mean, even using his energy, any type of like strength or protection spell I would do on a Sunday. And so at sun time, you know what I mean? I think I did something about planetary hours a while back, but I think I mixed it up with angel numbers or something. But I think I'm gonna get back on that so you guys understand how to calculate planetary hours with your spells, because that's definitely what you want to use to make a powerful spell for it to work. And of course, you don't necessarily need to use it, but you know what I mean? If somebody pays you money for a spell and it doesn't work, you know, what does that make you look like? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm actually going to this a little bit more deeper tomorrow. But just letting you guys know some things, some roots to look up for 2020, things you can work with. Like there's so many of them out there. Like you have to really do your research. You'll find your favorite ones. You know what I mean? You know, I'm sharing some of my favorite ones here, but you know, what I mean, there's some things I'm not sharing. But other than that, if you really want to know, just book a consultation with me. You already know how to do that. Just go to enlightennetworker.net and book a consultation, and I can see how I can help. All right, so you guys take care. Have a good rest of your weekend. And again, it's 2020. You want to do you this year. You don't want to care. You don't really care about what anybody else is saying. So you definitely want to do whatever you can to get to the top this year, and don't repeat exactly what you did last year. You guys have a good day, and I will see you guys later.